Welcome, everyone, to race number 2 of the 2024 CFRL Cup Series season. Tonight, we are heading to the Diamond in the Desert, the Phoenix International Raceway in Arizona. I'm Ryan Harp, or Darth Kylo, and with me tonight is the Future 3, otherwise known as Sam Perry. And how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Looking forward to some nice, hard but clean racing. Um, this race, with the tire wear and the strategy, always a wild card. So I'm excited to see what we can have going on tonight.
And our good friend Kevin Hall, or Kevron, is also in the party tonight, but he will keep an eye on things as they're happening out on track. So, obviously, the biggest storyline of the last week is Tegan Jones further cementing his legacy as possibly the greatest driver in CFRL history by winning his third consecutive Daytona 500. And starting this season pretty much in the same way that he's done every season, with a win and locking himself into the playoffs. So I know you haven't really been following along with the Cup Series as of recent future, but what do you think of Tegan Jones's win in the 500?
Well, last year Tegan was lights out. Came up short in the championship, but let the field and wins, and he comes out. He said he was going to win it this year. He wins it again. Tegan, and I expect him to be obviously the favorite as he is pretty much every week, but he's a dog, and after missing out on the championship last year, I can guarantee you that he's going to be even more motivated than ever to come back and get it in 2024.
And that win pretty much kickstarted a brand new rivalry with the Stewart Haas Fords and the Hendrick Chevys. Do you think it's going to get absolutely nuts between those two teams this season, like it was last year?
Well, I think in a situation like this, I think that, the coming together and the heated battles, I think that's just kind of second nature at this point. Those are the top guys, and, when the top guys are fighting for the wins, it's going to get scrappy at times. There are going to be a lot of disagreements, but, these guys, they know how to keep it clean and they're going to race. They're going to talk their smack, but overall, I expect it to be, more of a friendly battle. But, like I said, may see a guy get into another guy, here and there, but. I expect it to be a great battle, and I expect it to be a fun battle to watch unfold over the course of this season, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, and like you said at the start of the show, this race is going to be about one thing and one thing only: tires, 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 and more tires. Because Phoenix is pretty much like a 1 mile version of Atlanta, as it eats tires like crazy. And if the stage goes green, or the stages go green, I should say, a lot of these guys are going to be taking different strategies or so. So, how do you think they're going to approach the challenges that Phoenix provides, especially coming with the tire wear?
Well, with the different strategies, if this stage, especially the first stage, if it does go green, I would expect to see some guys, towards the beginning or the middle of the run, kind of stay back and try to coast, and get those stage points. I know it's early in the season, but those stage points are going to add up. And so, but if the stage doesn't go green, obviously that's going to level the playing field even more. But like I said, these guys want those stage points. And, at a track like this, it could get scrappy. But, it just kind of depends on how these guys race, on if it's going to go green or not. But, like I said, Phoenix is a wild card. Anything could happen. We could see someone who, usually isn't competing for wins. We could see them pull up today and get that checker flag and lock themselves in. So anything could happen. And it's really just a big question mark.
Yep, anything for those oh so valuable championship points. Now, last season, Jared Haw won this race. Now, of course, last year he was driving for Stuart Haas. Now, this season, he's driving for Hendrick. So, what do you think his strategy is going to be for tonight, especially now that he's driving for a different team?
Well, I think Jared, he's just going to be looking to do the same thing he did last year. Stay calm under the pressure. Run his race, beat it at the end. I don't think, although he's working with a different group of guys, Phoenix is a track where it's really just kind of one man, like one man by himself. It's up to him to be there at the end or play the strategy right and just put himself in the best position to go back to back. I think he could do it, but he's going to have to go through guys like Tegan, Mike, Bradley. And so, I'm really excited to see how he's going to play this race, especially having him won this race last year.
And now another bit of information that I think you guys might like to know, and it is general league news, I would say, is that the start of the 2024 midweek season has actually been pushed up from its original start in February. So now, instead of it starting like mid to late February, it's now actually going to be starting this Wednesday. So that should be fun. And uh, Future, you are new to this kind of style of racing. So how do you think? How are you going to approach this upcoming midweek season?
Well, I got into the midweek because, I really just want to have fun and get into the habit of racing some of the guys and learning how they race, and then, hopefully being able to go cup racing. But for now, my focus is fully on the midweek season. We're gonna go there. I'm a racer at heart. I know how to win races, and that's gonna be the goal. And we're gonna hopefully walk out of the midweek season with a bunch of trophies and a championship. So that's the goal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the goal for every driver in the midweek series, myself included, because I am going to be returning for a second season in midweek. So it should be interesting there. And yeah, especially since there are now dirt races in the midweek season. And I know you haven't really had a whole lot of experience on dirt, but well, what's your feeling on that?
Gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Like you said, I'm not very experienced on dirt, but it's nothing I can't. I'm always up for the challenge, and I know that it's gonna be a challenge. Competing with the guys who probably have a lot more dirt experience than me. But like I said, the midweek series, I expect it to be a bunch of fun, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it should definitely be fun indeed. And we're gonna before we get going here, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. On pole is our good friend of the booth and our pseudo in race reporter tonight, Kevin Hall, and then Bradley Domer Jr. will start on the outside of row one. Row two, Michael Fox in the 42, and then Jared Hall, last year's winner, now driving for Hendrick. Row three sees Spencer Boyce still searching for his second career win, and Michael Whitman, the 2023 Cup Series champion. Row four, we have last week's winner, Tegan Jones, and then Anthony Peters, who starts alongside him. Row five is Kamal Wright and Ryan Parsons, the two of the Stewart Haas drivers. Row six is Sebastian Padilla, the 2023 Cup Series Rookie of the Year, and then 2024 Cup Series rookie James Iconelli. Row seven is Cameron Morris, the Hall of Fame driver, and then Joshua Harris in the Penske number 12. Row eight is Sal Zavala, the Midweek Series most popular driver, and JC Tirado, or Remix, he was with me in the booth last week. And then row nine, we have Kevin Williams in the RCR number 3, and Matt Connors in the Richard Petty 43. And then finally, rounding out the field is Thomas Murray, who missed last week, and David Wessel, who is in the 41, who almost won last week's Daytona 500, but he had to settle for second. So, of everyone on on the grid tonight, like, what is the biggest surprise you would say?
Honestly, I'm surprised to see Joshua Harris, lower in the field than I'd expect. He loves this racetrack. He loves racing here. But, I know him and I expect him to, get his car right. And I expect him to be actually fighting for, if not a win, top three, top five here today. But, it's going to be a battle for him as it will be for the rest of these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can navigate the desert today.
Yeah, probably the biggest surprise for me would actually be David Wessel qualifying 20th, which is last on the grid. Now, are you thinking that this is a kind of a strategy call, or do you think he is, kind of like slower on that qualifying lap?
Well, it could be both, but from my personal experience, I wouldn't want to qualify last on purpose, especially at a track like Phoenix. It could be difficult to pass here, especially if you're burning through your stuff. But this does present an opportunity for him to be able to save those tires and maybe come through in the end when everyone's tires are dead. Especially at the end of stage one, come through, get those stage points, potentially even the stage win, depending on how fast he can make up that ground. But at the end of this stage, I'm expecting it to be full chaos. We could see some blown tires. We could see some guys, making a pit stop, hoping to come back around and get those stage points. But him qualifying last definitely does open the door for a wild card or strategy option. So I'm going to be definitely watching him to see what he does.
Yeah, especially since he's pretty much the master at the fuel conservation game. So, and of course, in this race, he's gonna have to look after his tires a lot more than his fuel. So, I think we're almost getting ready to go here. I am looking in on Michael Whitman's stream, and I believe it looks like everyone is in the lobby, but it is paused at the moment. Probably at the drivers' meeting, getting ready to head on out and do battle. And now, before we go ahead and get in there, like, who is your pick to win tonight, Future?
My pick to win tonight, we were talking about him earlier. I think the GOAT, as he really is, honestly. I believe Tegan Jones will be the class of the field today. I expect him to go back to back and sweep the first two races of this season.
And yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on Tegan Jones tonight, but another guy that I want to look for is last year's winner, Jared Haw. If he can pull off the same strategy that he did last year tonight, then I would definitely see him in victory lane, or at least very much close to it. So, like, only one way to find out, and that's, to get on out there and actually do it.
For sure. And I heard last week there was some controversy. I spoke to Joshua Harris earlier this week, and he didn't have a lot of great things to say about the driver of the number 7, Spencer Boyce. So, if those two are close to each other on track, I definitely watch out to see what happens there. But other than that, I'm really expecting a clean race from these guys. These guys know how to race. They've been doing it for forever. And honestly, I think it could be anyone's ball game. But like we said earlier, you have to play the strategy right. You have to put yourself in the best position to win. Keep the nose clean, and you're gonna have a shot.
Now, of course, we are seeing the beginnings of a renewed rivalry between Stuart Haas and Hendrick, but I think there could be another rivalry brewing between Harris and Boyce, as you just said just now.
Yeah, and then I was texting with Harris earlier, and his exact words are, "You will see the 12 car wall to 7 if push comes to shove." So we're just gonna see what happens. Looks like they're getting ready to start up the race, so we're gonna be going green here shortly.
Yes, there are about 5 seconds in the lobby remaining. Well, at least according to Michael's stream, but of
You
course there
ready to
could
come on
be.
in?
And thank you, Kevron. And we are going to go ahead and get in the lobby here. And we are in at this beautiful facility, Phoenix International Raceway, or Phoenix Raceway as it is now simply known. Now, of course, the one thing that they are going to do before we go green here is, well, normally they would take a lap at race speed to make sure the lobby isn't laggy. but sometimes they can, double up as they get going. But from the looks of it, everything seems to be perfectly clean as far as lag is concerned.
88 down pit road, got put down pit road.
Mm-hmm. So I believe we are going to take an extra pace lap to account for that accidental trip down pit road. And that is the 88 of Jared Haw down pit road.
Sounds like there's talk of extending the stage a lap because of the 88 being sitting down pit road. All right.
And now that
we will be going green this time.
Yep, Jarrett has rejoined the field and everyone's doubling up, so we are going to go green this time. Kevin Hall on pole. Bradley Domer Jr. In second. As they hit the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out, and we are underway at Phoenix.
Not the best start for the 48.
Yeah, but a great start for the 37. A great start for the 37.
He's going to clear the field, heading down the backstretch.
Already a little bit of beating and banging down there as Kevin Hall leads lap 1. And of course, you see him take the dog leg there. Now, it is legal to go down and make moves down there, but you are not allowed to do it on starts and restarts.
I expect a lot of those guys to maybe, towards the end of this one, start avoiding that dog leg as, just taking the regular track. That will allow you to save a little bit of tires.
And for a lot of these guys... Yeah, and for a lot of these guys, using the dog leg could actually make the race shorter. There's definitely some battles pretty much all over the track as we take a look at Joshua Harris. As Kevin Williams almost dive-bombed him going into 3 and 4. And David Wessel trying to make it 3 wide up the middle. And he got 2 for the price of 1. So already, David Wessel moving his way up through the field very well after starting dead last.
We question on how fast he'll be able to make up the ground. We're not even 5 laps into this race, and he's already picking them off one by one.
Well, he still has a little ways to go, though, but by the way he's running, he could probably be out front within, I would say, 30 to 40 laps, probably before the end of the stage.
That 41 car is hooked up as he's looking to make a move here on the 13 shortly.
Yeah, the 13 of Sal Zavala. Side by side with him going into 1.
And he's going to send it into 1.
And he clears them. And we got this big battle towards the front. And this is a battle for 6 between Michael Whitman, Kamal Wright, Spencer Boyce, and Ryan Parsons. It looked like Cameron Morris might have gotten into the wall a little bit. It looks like everyone's running single file. Meanwhile, as we head back to David Wessel, he's working on his teammate and his boss, Tegan Jones.
41 is absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, I think flying would be the proper term for that.
I think at this point we could consider flying an understatement.
Oh, we got Kevin Williams doing a dive bomb on Sal. He almost got into the back of Wessel. But he holds his position.
The 14 is Ryan Parsons underneath Mike Whitman.
Yeah, looked like Whitman got high, and he's also under attack from Sebastian Padilla. Well, it looks like we got a battle for the lead up front, as Jared Hall has taken the lead over from Kevin Hall.
Looks like the top two said check, no tip, as they've developed a gap from third place.
Now, of course, we said the 41 of David Wessel was flying, but I think the 88 of Jared Hall, last year's winner, he's flying even faster. And it is kind of funny that we were highlighting David Wessel for a little bit at the start, because that was Jared Hall's old ride.
Both of those cars, just flying. Wessel underneath the yellow line, maximizing the track as much as he can. We have seen his boss Tekin pull away from him.
Meanwhile, we got a battle for fourth between Bradley Domer Jr., the 1 of Anthony Peters, and the 7 of Spencer Boyce, with Kamal Wright and Ryan Parsons right behind them. Bradley a little bit high, and he's under pressure from Spencer, as Anthony Peters comes down and takes 4th spot away from him.
He's going to clear him. Here comes the 14 as well, underneath the 7.
Oh, a little bit of contact between the 14 and the 7.
And if you're in
a little contact between the 48 and the 1. That's going to hold up Spencer Boyce.
You're loving what you're seeing in your rearview mirror at the moment, as these 3 guys have pulled away from the field, and at this point in the race, it is a 3-pony race.
Yeah, the 88 of Jared Hall, the 37 of Kevin Hall, and the 42 of Michael Fox. And we got the 24 of James Iaconelli in the wall. We right on board with Kevin Hall. Of course, he did spend the first few laps in the lead, but he is keeping Jared Hall right in his sights. And he is using that dog leg a little bit.
The defending champ Mike Whitman down in 11 as TJ's going to make a move on him.
They were riding on board with Harris, and it looks like Harris might take a spot away from Michael Whitman. But it looks like Whitman will hold on to that spot, at least for now. And Harris is still working on him.
He might not trying to take the dog leg, could be saving the tires.
Yeah, indeed, he definitely could be doing that. He may be dropping back, as a strategy call. And it looks like Kevin Williams is underneath David Wessel. They're still side by side back there. It looks like Wessel will clear him, and now Whitman's under attack from Wessel.
Wessel's going to cut underneath Whitman. He's going to try to make a move, maybe into the dog leg. Yes,
and he does. He takes it very deep into the dog leg, and It
He's
might
gonna
work out
clear
for
him
him
into
here, and he
one.
clears.
Or no, here comes Whitman. But no, he's gonna clear him on corner exit.
Yeah, Whitman had a brief run in turn 1 and 2, but Wessel just had the better line. And now Whitman's under attack from Kevin Williams. I think he's going to pull that same move as Whitman in the wall. That's really going to hurt him now. At this point, he's probably just hoping to get to the stage break.
Once again, avoiding that dog leg and attempt to save the tires as much as he can.
And it looks like Jared Haw has dropped back down to third, as the new battle for the lead is between Kevin Hall, who has retaken the lead, and now Michael Fox is behind him.
You know, when the 37 and the 88, you know, they were kind of 1-2. You know, he kind of was creeping up, and now he's in second place looking to take the lead away from the 37 car here.
Yeah, he was right on them, right on the back bumper, but it looked like Kevin Hall is using the...
losing the dog leg.
Yeah, and Fox takes the lead.
Michael Fox, new leader.
Yeah, Kevin Hall was using that dog leg as a form of defense against Michael Fox. But Michael Fox was able to take advantage of it. But Hall's still there, though, keeping him honest. I think it's a very low line in turns 1 and 2.
He's falling right into the hands of Spencer Boyce, who's looking to take P3 away from Hall.
Yep, the battle for third.
He's going to cut under him.
Spencer Boyce cutting underneath Jared Hall in the dogleg, and he gets third.
He's going to maintain it onto the backstretch. P3 goes to Spencer Boyce.
And do you think Jared Hall could have a problem, or maybe saving tires?
You know, at a track like this, it's hard to tell, but the fallback was pretty drastic in my opinion. Unless maybe he was pushing too hard early. Now he realizes he drastically needs to drop back, as he's, you know, dropping back into the hands of the rest of the field now too. As you can see, the 14 and the 10 car, you know, coming into frame right there on his tail.
Yeah, this is the battle for fourth. Now, of course, Parsons started 10th, which is, you know, middle of the pack, but he's moved his way up through the field well also.
I think right now you have a healthy mix of guys staying back and protecting their tires. And then, you know, you have the other part of the field, the other guys who maybe their strategy wants to be to try to push up into the field and maybe solidify themselves in some nice track position if the guys around them tires, you know, decide they cannot make it to the end of the stage. And maybe that could be a way to pick up stage points.
Yeah, as Parsons takes the fourth spot from Jarrett, and now he's under attack from Kamal.
The 37, Kevin Hall, he's going to come down pit road. He's going to be our first taker.
Yeah, Kevin Hall, the first one on pit road. And he's got another one right behind him.
The 8 car coming down pit road.
Yes, the 8 car of JC Tirado. So our first 2 drivers on pit road.
Now the 42's down pit road.
And then, yeah, Michael Fox down pit road, and that means Spencer Boyce has taken the lead. That means the top three is Spencer Boyce, Ryan Parsons, and Kamal Wright. With Jared Haw and Anthony Peters, your top five.
I'm not sure how confident I am in Spencer, being able to stay out. As I just heard in my ear, the 41 will be coming to pit road this lap. And there he is, Wessel on the pit road.
Yep, David Wessel is on pit road. Oh, we got the 0-0 of Thomas Murray taking a bit of a low line and almost hit the wall.
14 also pitting this time.
And the 14 of Ryan Parsons.
13 of Sal Zavala also coming on the pit road. These guys have the guys who have not gone down pit road have about 10 laps of fuel, it looks like, left in the car.
Yeah, roughly 10 or 11 laps of fuel. All the while, Spencer Boyce continues to lead, but how long can his tires hold before he comes down pit road?
He looked like he was not going to get hard on the next to that corner. That car is super loose, but he's trying his best. He has a nice gap to P2. He's trying his best to keep it on the track and pick up this stage win.
Yeah, P2 is Kamal Wright at the moment.
Spencer Boyce.
Spencer Boyce coming down pit road, it looks like.
Kamal Wright's going to follow him.
And he is. That means Jared Haw reassumes the lead with Tegan Jones running in second.
It'll be interesting to see. Let's go Tegan taking the dog leg, looking to make up some ground on the 88 of Jared Hall.
But how long can these two guys last before they come down to the pits?
Cameron Morris coming down.
Oh, Jared in the wall a little bit. And Tegan makes the move down low.
Tegan's going to take the lead.
Taking a very low line down with the dog leg.
Yeah, he's going to take it.
He's got it. Yeah, but Jarrett's keeping on him, though. Jarrett a very low line in turn 1 and 2.
You stayed out this long, you're committed.
Yeah, very much so, because I think your tires are probably screaming in pain right now, begging you to come down pit road, and I think that may be the end of the stage.
Yep, in the 3 car.
End of stage.
Around, but Tegan Jones.
Yeah, Tegan Jones has taken the stage win. At least as far as Tegan's concerned, staying out was the right call.
Action-packed first stage, lots of overtakes, lots of different strategy calls. But ultimately, it's the 4 car coming out on top. Pit road open this time.
Yep. Pit road's open this time, and it looks like everybody's going to come in, because, I mean, it would make logical sense, especially for the guys that stayed out very long on their tires to come in, get some fresh rubber for the restart. And it looks like we got a few guys that are staying out. The 10 of Kamal Wright, the 37 of Kevin Hall, or the 8 of JC Tirado, my apologies, the 2 of Cameron Morris, and the 22 of Sebastian Padilla. And we also got the 3 of Kevin Williams staying out also.
I believe that these guys are going to be taking the wave around.
Yep, guys are taking a wave around.
All right, so it is those guys taking the wave around.
Running the race off the pit road here, Tegan Jones. First off pit road.
Yep. With Bradley and Jarrett behind them. And the 00 of Thomas Murray also taking the wave around. Or is the lucky dog getting his lap back?
Car making its way off the pit road here.
These guys should be doubling up within the next lap or two. And of course, we do have the choose rule, meaning that you can start in any lane you want. Making sure everyone's caught up here for the restart. And from the looks of it, we are going green this time. And so now, what do you expect to see for the rest of this race? Are we going to see the same similar scenario play out, or are we going to see something totally different from these guys?
Well, I'd expect it to be different. I expect most of these guys to kind of be on a similar strategy from now on. But, you know, if I am the rest of the field, I am a little bit concerned about a guy with the speed like Tegan, you know, being in the front on 4 fresh tires. We are going to go green this time, so we're just going to see what happens.
As they hit the Geico restart zone, green flag is out and we're underway again. And it looks like Tegan initially didn't get a great start, but now he's just rocketed back up to the front.
I guess not the start the 48 car wanted, as Jared Hall will take away P2, and he's going to start working on Tegan immediately for the lead of this race.
Yeah, side by side with this. Yeah, Jarrett side by side with his teammate, a little bit too low, almost got on the wall, and it looked like James Iconelli hit that wall down there in turn 3. It's Tegan running a little up high there. And that's going to allow Bradley to come in and get behind him.
Not go the way of Jared Hawes. He's down into.
Well, the side by side for the lead. Bradley took the dog leg. He's going to dive it down into turn one. Hasn't cleared him yet, and he does. But Tegan's going to do the... Yeah, Tegan was trying to do the switcheroo on Bradley, but it looked like he'll hold on to second. At least for now. Is there a 3 wide between Sal, Matt Connors, and Anthony Peters toward the back? Oh, look, contact between the 1 and the 13. And the 22 hits the wall also. As we ride along with Michael Fox as we look at this gaggle of cars in front of him. And we're seeing guys running 2-3 wide. They're racing like it's the last lap.
A lot of jockeying for track position right now.
Oh, contact between Harris and Parsons. 3 wide with Spencer up top. Oh, Spencer in the wall. That's going to allow Fox to take advantage, but Spencer's still on his outside. And he holds on to that. And he holds on to that spot.
On the outside of the 14.
And he clears him there. As we look at David Wessel, this is the battle for 4th. And they're 3 wide for 4th.
David Wessel's a lap down.
Oh, my apologies. David Wessel is a lap down, so maybe caught the wrong end of that strategy. My apologies there.
Yeah, I believe that he went down pit road towards the end of the last stage. I believe he went down pit road again at the end of the stage as well.
Now, at this point, he's hoping for a caution to get back on the lead lap. The top 2 is still Bradley and Tegan, as Bradley might have pulled away from Tegan a little bit.
That car, originally didn't fire off well, but then decided it was going to fire off well, and it blasted him into the lead of this race ahead of Tegan. But, Tegan right there, so, anything could change.
Yeah, Tegan's still within earshot.
Like maybe we could see the developing theme of the top 2 cars sort of pulling away from the rest of the field at the start of these runs. Saw that off the race start as well.
Well, that is until we see pit strategy come into play. And Tegan's still trying to make up some ground, like trying pretty much every part of the track, but to no avail. Kevin Hall still trying to use that dog leg to catch up to Tegan for second. We might
I'm a
have.
lap down. I'm a lap down.
Oh. All right. Well, Kevin Hall is a lap down.
The 9 car up into the wall again. We've seen that a few times already tonight.
Yes, Michael Whitman, who is currently running in the 7th position, as he just got passed by Kamal Wright.
It's Tegan Jones taking the dog leg, looking to make a move on our race leader here. And yep, it's done. Tegan Jones to the lead.
Yep. Yep, Tegan takes the lead. Yeah, but how long can he hold it, though? As Bradley took an awkward line into turn 3. That's going to cost him some time.
So is the 88 also a lap down? Because if so, then I believe the 3 car.
Oh, how we would love to have a functioning ticker in spectator mode.
Hopefully, iRacing will deliver in that NASCAR game that comes out this year.
Well, it is, well, they are saying 2025, but it probably could be God knows when at some point.
The 37 being a lap down, Tegan Jones starting to command the lead of this race.
It looks like Jared Haw has gotten around Bradley. And I believe that is for second if he's not a lap down. We're looking at Anthony Peters trying to make a move on Michael Whitman. I believe it is for 7th place. Got the 14 of Parsons and the 24 of Iaconelli behind him.
I believe barring the time period during the pit cycle, we've yet to see Michael Whitman make his way into the top 5. He hits the wall again into the top 5.
And Anthony Peters underneath Whitman making the move. And yes, it is for position, so he has taken over 7th.
Like to fight back on the outside here in 3 and 4.
And Whitman takes 7th back.
JB's in second. He's behind me.
All right, so Jared Haw is in 2nd place. As we got JC Tirado on pit road.
These guys are pack racing here behind behind the 9 car. All up on each other.
Yeah, they are pretty much pack racing back here. It looks like Michael Whitman has pulled away from Anthony Peters.
Besides Michael looking to make his way forward, but we are coming to that point in time where these guys are going to be getting ready to head down pit road. So we're going to see who's going to be our first takers here in this pack.
Yeah, Tegan Jones is still your leader.
Of this race.
I believe he has, as I believe we got the battle for fifth between he and Spencer Boyce. A little bit of I think there was a little bit of contact between the 12 of Harris and the 42 of Fox.
Harris in the lap now, trying to claw his way back into this race.
Got the 42 of Fox on Kamal Wright now. Now, of course, I am not entirely sure if it is for position or not. Oh, Wessel hit the pit road wall. He hit the barrels.
Yeah, he's not what we wanted to see.
They got the 37 of Kevin Hall on pit road. Well, it looks like he teleported back into the pits on my screen. So,
what black flag for telekinesis there.
Well, it probably could be a bit of a lag, as it is. In actuality, he is on pit road and entered it just fine.
Speeding penalty for 41. Speeding penalty 41.
Well, a speeding penalty for the 41 of David Wessel. Earlier, we were talking about how he looked like he had a car that could have challenged for the win, but now it looks like that speeding penalty is going to hurt him.
The hole that he was already in just got a heck of a lot deeper.
It's like the hole is pretty much insurmountable.
Tegan Jones deep in command of this race.
We got Joshua Harris, Michael Fox, and Kamal Wright on pit road. And Tegan Jones still pretty far ahead of the 88 of Jared Haw.
We have 4 cars on pit road. I believe it's like 14. The 22 in the 13, I believe.
And the 00. Yeah, the 22, 13, 2, 00. And the 14. And Spencer Boyce on pit road as well, and the one of Anthony
Jared
Peters.
Hall also coming down pit road.
And Kevin Williams. And there is the 88 of Jared Hall in front of him.
I believe our race leader, Tegan Jones, will finally...
And he is.
He's peeling off.
Yep, Tegan Jones is in. Like we got another car coming in. And it is the 24 of James Iconelli.
Now, if it was hard to keep up with what's position and what's not, it's even harder now.
Yeah, Michael Whitman is in. And the 48 of Bradley Domer Jr., who had just reassumed the lead, is on pit road as well.
Jared Hall made up a lot of ground to Tegan Jones. He's going to try to close in on and take command of this race.
Yeah, but Tegan Jones has the tires that are one lap fresher than Jarrett's.
You know that in the land of NASCAR Heat 5, that lap will make a difference.
Very much so, but Jared Haas like really caught up to him. He's
pushing.
Yeah, he may be pushing a little too hard. He's probably thinking, I'm just gonna make these tires work now. If they wear out, they wear out. He's taking a little way too high, and that's gonna allow Jarrett to get to his inside.
Descended down into turn 3 and 4.
They're still side by side with him. Jarrett using the dog leg.
They're still side by side in 1 and 2.
Yeah, but Tegan clears him. And Tegan still holds on to that lead. And now Tegan uses the dog leg to play defense.
Not sure what's happening with the 00.
Yeah, the 00 of Thomas Murray is parked on the inside wall. Yeah, he's got to run. Trying to make his move on the high side now. Still side by side again, but Tegan Jones takes that deeper line in the dog leg. And he clears him. Yeah, but Jarrett's coming back.
Tegan gonna shut the door on him.
Jarrett might have gotten in the wall a little bit, but it doesn't really seem to affect him much as he's still trying to make the high lane work. Yeah, take
track a little bit, but once again,
he shuts the door on Jared Haw. They are still nose to tail, though. And Tegan once again using the dog leg as a defense. Yeah, and it's interesting to see that the two guys that I was going to have my eye on in this race running first and second with one another.
and these two heavyweights are going at it.
And Tegan Jones, last week's winner. Jared Hall, last year's winner at this race. And they are still nose to tail with one another. And Jared Hogg trying every which line he can.
He's desperately trying to get away from the 4-4.
Again, you do have to keep in mind, again, the tire situation. You don't want to burn your tires up too much trying to battle them. But as long as he's in this position, he's probably thinking, hey, if the tires wear out, they wear out. I'm still going to fight to try to get this lead.
I think in the back of the pack there was some contact between the 12 and the 7.
The 12 of Joshua Harris and the 7 of Spencer Boyce.
Yeah, Harris was with the pack, but now he's way back. You know, that was something. As Jared once again tries to make a move, that was something we talked about before the start of this race. Those two and their growing rivalry.
Or at least the start of their new rivalry with one another. As Jarrett again tries the run on the high side, but again, Tegan uses that dog leg to keep him at bay. And Jarrett way down low.
Jared really trying everything he can to make a move on this 4-4.
But at the moment, to no avail. And they're coming up onto the lap car of Kevin Hall.
Gonna play this.
I think he would probably just let the two cars out of the way. Oh, but it looks like Jared Haw is now caught back up to Tegan, and he's trying to make a move down low.
Tegan gonna go to the inside, slam the door shut once again.
But Haw's got that run. Of course, Jones uses the dog leg. Well, I did say he would get out of the way.
That's one way to do it.
And all over that back bumper again, Jared Haw.
bumper.
And we got the 8 of JC Torado back there. I believe he is a lap car. Again, Tegan still defending that top spot. As JC Torado tried to make a move on the 88. And Tegan has pulled away from Jarrett somewhat.
And Jarrett not really on the bumper anymore, but you know, he still has him in his sights.
Or could it be that his tires have now started to fall off?
I wonder how Tegan's tires are doing, because he was also fighting hard, especially taking that dog leg to defend against the 88.
Do you think Tegan may have made Jarrett Hall use up his tires? Tegan Jones still holds strong.
Back to that rear bumper from Jones.
Yeah, I firmly believe that Jarrett Haw has used up his tires. Yeah, but he is still trying to catch back up, though.
It's like he's there, but he isn't there at the same time. Definitely there, but cannot close up to that rear bumper. Not close enough to make any moves.
We got the 42 car on pit road now. I believe that this is the second to last stop, or the third to last stop. We're looking at the 9 of Michael Whitman, and he's starting to get pressure from the 14 of Ryan Parsons.
Mike hasn't really been able to find himself in a comfortable spot all day, really.
And currently he's running 8th. Oh, looks like Jarrett Haw has caught back up to Tegan.
He's back there.
You think Tegan may have used up his tires, or is he saving what he has left? Has he got?
With the rest of the field, well, not the rest of the field, but some cars started to come on the pit road. Maybe Tegan's just taking it a little bit easier on his tires. You see, there he is, not taking the dog leg, and maybe that will prompt Jared to maybe start applying some more pressure. And yet, there he is. He's gonna send it into 1 and 2. Tegan's gonna shut the door on him again, though.
Now he wants to try to build that gap back up. Yeah, but again, I mean, he's there, but he's not really there to capitalize. As we saw the 37 get in the wall, letting someone else go by him. As we see the 10 of Kamal right on pit road. Spencer Boyce is coming off. Yep. 40 laps to go. We're starting to wind down a little bit.
Yeah, the train's starting to wind down, and as far as this race is concerned, there are only 2 contenders seemingly with a shot as we speak. These guys have really been the top 2 all the day. I believe that even with if they start coming up, I believe that these guys are going to be at the dead of the blue. It's up to 2 guys to watch out and take the checkered flag.
As we see Spencer Boyce on fresher tires, he's trying to get one of his laps back the hard way. But it looks like, yeah, the top 2, Tegan Jones and Jared Haar on pit road.
Jump him in the pit road.
Yeah, Jared jumps Tegan on pit road. That could be the move of the race if Jared holds on to it.
Actually, I'm hearing my ear. I believe that the 88 might have sped.
Oh.
I believe the 88 might have sped. We're going to find out. Yeah, and I can confirm that the 88 car did indeed speed on pit road.
Wow. The 88 of Jared Haw, too fast entering.
What looked like a desperation move from the 88 car. I give fair play to him for that move, but I think I heard him say he was 1 or 2 miles over. That would have been incredible.
And a heartbreaking situation for Jared Haw. It looked like when he jumped Tegan going into the pits, it looked like that may have been the move that won him the race, but it was just a little too fast coming in.
Tegan Jones, as I like to say, check, no tip.
They got 2 of the Hendrick cars, the 9 and the 24 in. It looks like we have 35 laps to go, or 34, and they came to the line.
These guys, these last stops are going to be good on fuel. The only question is going to be, it's going to be the tires.
That was the biggest strategy going into this race. And as I said at the top of the show, Phoenix is pretty much like a smaller version of Atlanta, as you pretty much go through your tires very quickly here. And with Jared Haas' speeding penalty, Tegan Jones's lead is pretty much insurmountable if he can take care of his tires.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted Tegan to win this race at the top of the show. This isn't how I really envisioned it playing out, but, you know, at the end of the day, here we are. Tegan, he's just been, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. Unstoppable, one of them that comes to mind when you think of Tegan.
Yeah, and over the last few seasons, he has pretty much been the dominant driver in the Cup Series. And of course, he is pretty much the greatest Cup Series driver in CFRL history. With his 3 Cup Series championships, almost a 4th last season. And his 3 Xfinity Series championships. He's pretty much asserted himself as the greatest driver in CFRL history. Excuse me, his 2 Xfinity Series championships, my apologies.
This has been the clinic really ever since Tegan got the lead at the end of the stage.
He had some challenge from Jared Haas, and he was able to capitalize on that. But ultimately, Tegan Jones just has the better car. But the looks of it, the 42 of Michael Fox is actually in the lead. But of course, he came down pit road much earlier than a lot of these other guys, so I think he may have to make another stop before this is all said and done.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So it looks like Tegan's gonna unlap himself.
Yet another checkered flag.
Got 37 of Kevin Hall on pit road. Yeah, Tegan's still riding behind Michael Fox, probably trying to save his tires as Harris is in the wall right in front of him. Yeah, trying to save his tires for the end of the race.
At this point for Tegan, there's really no need to really push the envelope here.
Yeah, because with the car as fast as his, he probably would have gotten his lap back over Michael Fox basically right away, but I think he's playing it smartly here, taking care of his tires so that way he can have them for the end of the race.
That's just smart racing, just brought around, not making mistakes. Cruise to this victory that we expect, without a doubt, to come.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to try, as he's right there on Michael Fox, side by side with him. It looks like Fox will just let him have it.
Just got to see the position, Tegan Jones.
I believe that may be one of his laps back. Yeah, actually, that was for position. So, Tegan Jones has retaken the lead from Michael Fox.
I believe that'll be all she wrote. Unless, you've seen crazier things happen.
Indeed, we have. But I believe with the way everyone is spread out right now, I don't think we're probably going to get another caution.
Yeah, the only... I'm looking around. I'm not really seeing anyone really running side by side or beating and banging with each other to get that caution.
I believe we have less than 20 laps to go. I believe when Tegan crosses the line, we'll have 17 laps to go. And this race pretty much played out the way we were expecting. A lot of guys, trying to take care of their tires, and, different strategies were going to come into play. But in the end, if Tegan was ultimately the better car, both in speed and strategy.
Yeah, it started off with the strategy, him being able to manage his tires and get the stage victory early on in this race, and he's just been riding that wave ever since, and it's just been an onslaught for Tegan,
And of course, he did start 7th with it, which is toward the middle of the field of 20 cars. But again, he was able to smartly move up through the field and use his tires to his advantage. And of course, he was one of the cars that stayed out before the end of the stage, while everyone else made their first round of pit stops.
And the 12 car just put the 7 in the wall. Well, we talked about...
Yeah, like you said, Harris was going to put Spencer in the wall when push came to shove.
There it is. I remember, I believe the 7 was responsible for the 12-1 around earlier in this race, and he got to him, and, I know Josh Harris to be a man of his word, and there you have it.
Yeah, but it looks like Spencer might try to make another move on him, though. Maybe a little bit of payback.
And Harris, this reminds me of Chastain and Hamlin. I believe it was 8-way, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was multiple races in 2022 when Chastain and Hamlin got into it.
Yeah, but I remember thinking of the time when he was just in front of them going slow, calling them, trying to wreck them again. But yeah, those guys, they just flat out do not like each other. And Harris said he'd do it if push came to shove, and push did come to shove here in Phoenix.
Looks like we have 11 laps to go. And Tegan is coming up to a whole gaggle of cars. Yeah, but I'm sure if I'm sure the cars in front of him will definitely let Tegan out of the way.
Yeah.
We have 10 laps to go now. We have 9 laps to go now, but yeah, give a call to Jared Haw in the 88. I mean, he was pretty much Tegan's biggest competition all race long, but it was just that one speeding penalty that pretty much cost him a shot at this race.
Yeah, I believe that without that speed penalty, Paul, he would have been exactly how we seen him before that pit stop. If I would have came off nose to tail, and there should have been a fight to the end, but just unfortunate. And I did see him sliding across the line.
And he's
he was hoping for.
Yeah, and the 88 working on the 42 now. We got the 14 of Parsons on pit road. Probably just
the wall right there.
As we ride along again with Tegan Jones as he crossed the line with 6 to go, as we're coming to 5 to go. Our boys peel off into the pits.
Mike Whitman looking up from all right. I believe this is for position, the 5th place position.
Yeah, it is for the top 5. That was 5 laps to go, which means no more cautions.
Talked about Mike Whitman not being in the top 5 this entire race, but here we are, 5 laps to go. And
yeah, he has made that move on Kamal Wright to for 5th. Four laps to go for Tegan Jones as he puts James Iaconelli a lap down. We have 3 laps to go, 3 more miles around Phoenix. As we stated at the top of the show, Tegan Jones further cemented his legacy by winning his 3rd consecutive Daytona 500 last week. And as we come to 2 laps to go, he is just 2 laps away from starting the season 2 for 2. And I think that is a major accomplishment, but to him, it's probably like just a normal Sunday for him.
Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, this man, after just losing out on the championship last year, this man is hungry and he's coming for everyone's head in 2024. And you know, this is the ideal start to the season for him. This is the man he wants to go out and he wants to win every single race. And the way he's been driving, you know, if there's anyone who can do it, it's him.
As we are on the last lap as he comes off of turn 2 for the last time. Final corners, and it looks like Tegan Jones will start the season 2 for 2. Tegan wins in Phoenix.
The inevitable Tegan Jones does it again.
Indeed he does.
And once again, Spencer and Harris contact coming to the finish.
Yeah, again, push coming to shove.
You have to wonder what kind of if there will be any disciplinary action for either the driver of the 12 or the 7. Yeah, so your running order, Tegan Jones picks up the victory. Jared Hall is going to come on to finish P2. I did get a chance to see who finished third.
Yeah,
Bradley
Bradley.
Dahmer Jr. is going to be in third.
Michael Whitman finishes fourth, and Kamal Wright finishes in fifth.
Kamal Wright went 41 laps on that set of tires. What a drive by him.
And the top 5 were the only cars that finished on the lead lap. And Spencer with the fastest lap of the race.
25.933. I believe he was the only car in the 25s. Oh wait, apparently I'm hearing in my ear that he used the wall which said that lap, so I guess they're gonna
Uh,
disqualify that lap. So I guess the fastest lap of the race will be going to Jared Hall with a 26 flat. But yeah, Tegan Jones wins the day here in Phoenix.
and let's go ahead and bring our race winner in here. But yeah, like you said, like right when Tegan won that stage, it was pretty much all him the rest of the way.
Well, Ryan Harp, caution free. What do you think of it, buddy?
Well, I'm surprised that we actually went caution free, apart from the stage caution, of course.
Same.
As we're waiting on our race winner,
Two in a
Tegan Jones.
row.
Yep, starting the season 2 for 2. Yeah, and there he is, our race winner, Tegan Jones. You're starting 2 for 2. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. I didn't have too much confidence in this race till at about midway through the last stage. I started feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and pretty much when you won that stage, it was all you the rest of the way. With Jared Hall, with your biggest competition, like, how did you handle racing around him?
Well, so he was saving tires behind me up until the last pit stop, trying to make sure he can make it to his fuel window or his tire window. And I didn't have to save tire for some reason. I could run hard the whole race, except for the first stage. I couldn't, but after I got some adjustments in, I could run it hard and not have to worry about saving tire. The right rear just went pretty evenly with the right front. So, um, yeah, I think though if he'd got out, didn't have that penalty, he probably would have won it because he made up about 3 seconds on me counting his penalty after his penalty. So he was running pretty hard, pissed off after his speeding penalty. So it's probably a good thing that he did get a speeding penalty, I guess, for my luck, because it basically just handed me the win for sure with no yellows, which we got very close to having.
Well,
But
Tegan,
yeah,
you kicked off the season with a Daytona 500 victory, and now you win the day here in Phoenix. I guess this is you sending your message after missing on the championship last year, sending your message to the rest of the field saying that I'm here and I'm coming for everyone's next, and I'm gonna be all of you, and I'm gonna become your champion this year.
It kinda. I mean, I went into last year with the thought that I probably wasn't going to win a lot of races, just because I knew people were getting kind of tired of me winning, 17 and 18 races a year. So, and then have what happened last year in the last race. I'm pretty much trying to, I think, prove to myself more than I am to others that I can go back out here and win 18 or 20 more races in a season. So that's a go. I don't know if I'll make it, but it'll be nice if I could, whether I have a championship or not at the end of the year. Just so I could say that I did.
Yeah, further cementing your legacy as the greatest driver in CFRL history. And Tegan, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you go 3 for 3 next week at Kentucky.
Let's hope so. That's a home track. So Wessel owes me a last year, so he owes me one. Just wink, wink. Thanks for broadcasting, guys. I hope y'all do it again next week.
For sure.
I appreciate it. And
Man.
so, and now we will go ahead and bring in the runner-up finisher, Jared Haw.
Dude, you're talking about a cat that had some hot wheels under him after that speeding penalty. To rally back to second place, man, I was thoroughly impressed.
That was an insane drive.
And to not burn the tires off like I thought he was going to. That was even the most impressive thing about it.
Oh, well, I'm trying to find Jared here. And the invitation has been sent, and we will wait on him to give his thoughts on the race, which we feel he almost had it won, but if it weren't for that speeding penalty, yeah, and there he is. Yeah, Jared Hall, you pretty much had like one of, if not the best cars on the track today. Like you almost got Tegan Jones there, like at the end coming to that final pit stop, but that speeding penalty like just cost you. Like how did that? How do you feel about that?
It hurts a lot. What hurts more is the fact that I actually went back and rewatched the footage and I was actually under the allowed mile per hour, but once I hit the line, it shot me back up above it. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's the second time this game has done that to me, so hey, what do I care? Um, uh, not to take anything away from Tegan, but I did have probably the fastest car in this race by a decent margin. That second run, I rode behind him trying to conserve a little bit of tire and tried to make it as long as he did, and we were putting on the same lap. And when he cut down in front of me, and I really couldn't see the line, so I just gassed it up a little bit, and I guess I cut it too close for the game's liking. But all in all, still a good race. Got second place out of it. Just probably let that one get away from me. So
Yeah, it was a pretty heartbreaking result there, but it was still a very solid second place run for you.
yeah, I mean, even when we came off pit road, I was 15 seconds back of him roughly and got it the whole way under 11. But then at the very end, had to conserve a tiny bit of tire to make sure I made it to the end because I drove so hard, just trying to make up time to get up to second place on the other guys. But it's just heartbreaking the fact that I knew I had one of the best cars, if not the best car, and just threw it away off of getting on pit road just a tiny bit too hot.
All right, Future, do you have anything for our runner-up finisher?
For sure, Jared. First off, I know the move didn't work out the way you wanted to, but that probably would have been one of the most incredible pit road moves I've ever seen. But moving on next week, you got Kentucky. How confident are you in your car to go out there and hopefully compete for a victory next week?
I feel pretty confident. I think last year in the fall race here, Mike definitely was the fastest car, but I felt like I was probably a second to third place car behind him, and hopefully we can get some more speed and be able to compete with him and just keep increasing on the points positions. I don't know where I'll end up after this week. Finished second in the stage and second in the race, but hopefully I get away from that 10th place that I'm in now. So hopefully next week will go well.
For sure. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it, my guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, JB, and we'll see you next week in Kentucky.
See you guys.
And now we will go ahead and bring in our third place finisher, which is Bradley Domer Jr. And of course, he had a very solid run. He was pretty much up front the whole time, but I mean, not really a whole lot to make a ton of noise, but he did get a very solid top 5 out of it.
Yeah, I feel like it was more of a quiet P3, honestly. Wasn't really involved too much in the drama. Kind of like I said, he stayed clean the whole race, and he was there at the end for a solid result.
I would say the same for his teammate Mike Man, who finished fourth. He was pretty much in the lower part of the top 10 just about all race long, and he just slowly crept up, never really made much noise, and got a top 4 out of it.
But yeah, he did. Indeed, he did. And sometimes if you have a quiet race, then that pretty much means you had a good race.
Yeah, I call it the Matt Kenseth race. Yeah, Kenseth, it always seemed like, nobody talked about him, nobody had the cameras on him, until all of a sudden he's up there battling for the lead, and you're like, where did he come from?
Yeah, but of course he can be there right when it counts.
Before third place, Bradley hops on, I just want to thank y'all gentlemen for broadcasting as well. I'm going to hop off here real quick, try to get some shut-eye, but thank y'all again so much. Awesome job.
For sure.
All right. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Lord willing.
And I think we probably will go ahead and move on to our fourth place finisher, Mr. Michael Whitman. Again, like his teammate Bradley, he also had, a very quiet sort of race, but that he worked his way back up and he finished in the top 5.
That team in general, just very, very good result for that team.
Well, hold on. It says Bradley's online, so I think we'll wait just a little bit longer for him. I'll send him another invite. And we will give him a little bit of time before. In there, it says I can't send invitations to some players. I mean, I'm not totally sure why that is.
PlayStation just be bugging.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we will probably go ahead and move on to Mr. Michael Whitman. Let's go ahead and bring him in. And there he is, Mr. Michael Whitman, finishing in fourth place. You had, I would say, a quiet race tonight. You were running in the back half of the top 10, but were able to work your way back up to a top 5 result at the end. Tell us how the race went from your perspective.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Phoenix is a track that poses some challenges that you don't really see at many others, but I kind of just ran my own race. I wasn't worried if I was passing people or people were passing me. I knew the pace I needed to go. And because last year I had ended up in the situation like a lot of people were and having to pit before the stage. So my goal throughout this week was just not to make or to make sure that doesn't happen again. Um, so we did that. We had good positioning. There was maybe like 9, 10 of us on the lead lap after that, including the guys that took the wave around. And those guys were in a worse tire situation. So I just did kind of my pace, was running maybe seventh, eighth for a while, and then on the last run I had enough window where I could just go full out, and I went from like ninth to fourth. There was a couple things that happened, like KLW had his whole deal there with like two to go, and I feel for him because he was having probably one of the best runs he's had in this league. So I really feel bad for him. But yeah, once I was able to turn it on, gained a lot of spots, was gaining on almost anybody in the field there except the 88, who, I definitely feel for him. Fastest car in the field, and to have some pit road deal end it for you is not fun. I know the feeling, as you know, Kylo.
Yeah,
So to end up fourth, I'm really happy with that.
and I believe you are referring to last season's race at Richmond, or a couple of instances last season where pit road kind of cost you the win. But going to this race, like, how did you feel that the race going caution free affected a lot of people's strategies?
Well, it played into mine perfectly because, as I said, I practiced the entire week, not running 100%. Of course, I knew what I had when I was able to, but my entire practice this week was to save tires as efficiently as possible, and I was able to do that. And it going caution free really played into my favor because if we had a lot of short runs and then we got some awkward distances, or maybe everybody could make it on tires, then I might not have done as well. I think. And it also helped to pin a lot of guys that were semi-strong down a lap. Um, so yeah, the caution-free factor definitely played into my favor.
And
Yeah, for sure.
future, do you have anything for him?
Yeah, Mike, a solid race from your perspective. We talked about at the top of the show. You just have to keep it clean. You're going to be there. And it seems like you and your boys, your team in general, just a solid run. And can you just speak to the degree of how proud of your team, especially you guys are in a heated battle against, the other teams and constructors. So just how do you feel your team performed today, and how are you guys looking to carry this momentum into next week?
Yeah, it was a really good race. Of course, we were looking to get the W with JV this week. Um, couldn't get that unfortunately. With his whole pit road deal because we knew, you know, I knew all week he was the fastest. So it was definitely unfortunate that he wasn't able to get the win. But we ended up, I think, second, third, fourth, and sixth. So really happy to get James's first top 10 in the second race of his cup full-time cup career. For me to get a top five at a track that I didn't last year and I've always kind of had trouble with, I'm really happy about, especially with 20 people in that race. That's I feel like a really good run and a run that for me, I'm trying to stay in top of the points contention, maybe get the regular season championship or at least be in the conversation for it. And that's the run I need to have at a track like Phoenix. And then Bradley, I mean, the guy finishes top three every week. He's unreal. Like it's unreal how consistent he is. So I'm really proud of everybody. We worked really hard during the week, and to get all of our guys in the top six, I'd say it's a pretty successful day.
For sure, and a solid result. You're coming off a championship season last year. How confident are you to go out there? I know we're early in the season, but how confident are you to go out there and potentially, go get another big cup at the end of this year?
Um, I'll get a Reese's Big Cup, but I don't know. We'll see. The guy that won three in a row before me has started off with two wins this year, and I think he's pretty motivated after the end of last season. So that's definitely going to be tough. And the top of the league is as strong as it's ever been. There's guys that, there's probably 4 to 8 guys that can win on a weekly basis, and then you kind of interchange some others at certain tracks, and it's just really competitive. So if I stay consistent and I do my job, I know I'll be in the conversation for it at the end. It's really tough to say though. I mean, any given week, one of these top guys can go out there and put on a show. So of course it's the hope, but can't guarantee anything yet. I feel good about myself. I think I'm driving really well right now and was in the playoffs last year. But yeah, just keep an eyes forward and hopefully keep running well.
Well, Michael, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on the fourth place result, and we'll see you next week in Kentucky.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for doing it. See y'all next week.
And we'll see you then. All right, and I think we will go ahead and call it a stream here. So, Sam, final thoughts on the race. What did you think of it?
Well, I described that race as a typical Phoenix race. It gave you a little bit of everything. You had some action here and there, whether it's for the lead or whether it's even for position. Lots of close racing, lots of nice strategy, lots of highs for some guys, lots of lows for others. But overall, pretty good race, and I'm very excited to see what Kentucky will bring us next week.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It is your typical Phoenix race with, tire strategy coming into play and to see like who has it and who doesn't. And at the end of the day, it was Tegan Jones that had the right mix of skill and strategy to get him his second win of the season, his second win of the row, and pretty much becoming like the championship favorite, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. And that's just gonna be Tegan's always just gonna be looked at as a favorite. His track record, his career, just absolutely incredible. And that's the kind of guy that you would expect to, always be the front runner. But I'm hoping that this year we're gonna see some guys step up to the plate, just like Mike said. I do believe that there's a solid, like between like maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that can pull up and win on a weekly basis. So hopefully we can get a lot of variety, and maybe we can have some guys take it to Tegan and look to take that top spot away.
Yeah, and before we close out the stream here, and I do have to ask, are you ready for Wednesday?
100%, man. I'm looking forward to getting down to Daytona, one of my personal favorite tracks. It's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you out on the track.
Yeah, and Daytona is my home track, so I can't wait for that.
Well, we gotta wait a little bit to get to my home track, but I'll always have love for Talladega in that track. But the season starts Daytona, and can't wait to get down to it.
Yeah, we can't wait to get down to it, and we can't wait to get down to next week's Cup Series race at Kentucky. And we would like to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and share it with the people you know. And we will see you all next week at Kentucky. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.